Hey everybody! Hope everyone is having a wonderful, wonderful morning. If you still have your morning cup of coffee, please do enjoy it with me. It's one of my favorite things of my morning, outside of obviously having a great morning routine with my wife and having breakfast. We always look forward to um, having that great morning cup of coffee. It's funny, we always look forward to it the night before when we're settling down, going to bed. We're like, cannot wait for that morning cup of coffee tomorrow. Hey, Terry, good to see you jumping on. So again, as you come on live, as Terry has done, drop into the comments below hi and where you are coming in from, or hashtag live. I see someone from Facebook just popped on. It's Facebook user. I can't see the name. So good to see you popping on here. And please do tag some people. Share this video. And don't forget to like, love, support this video just to let me know that you resonated with it. But if you are watching on LinkedIn, please do hop over to my LinkedIn profile after we're all done and ring my notification bell so you are notified of all my new content that comes out, which is Monday through Saturday, but specifically my 2 live trainings, which are done Mondays and Thursdays between 10 and 10:30 a.m. EDT. Hey, James, good to see you jumping on. So the other thing I want to announce excitingly is, for those of you that did not know, back in 2018, I actually wrote my first book on LinkedIn. I've written one other since, and that's part of what the special announcement is. It was called the LinkedIn Book for Network Marketing. It wasn't for network marketers only. It taught you networking and marketing tactics using LinkedIn. And bookauthority.com actually ranked it the #1 LinkedIn book of all time. It was my first bestseller. It still sells copies every single day. Very, very proud of it. But I am excited to announce at the end of this month, I will be releasing a brand new LinkedIn book. And it's called the LinkedIn Book for Sales and Marketing. So this is an updated version, new information from my original book that was written 4 years ago. So there's going to be a lot of updates, things that were not prevalent back in 2018 that are prevalent now. There's a whole brand new chapter on new features to LinkedIn and how to take advantage of them. There are new case studies, but also highlights of some of the clients that I've worked with over the last 4 years and the success that they have had, adding thousands of dollars a month, in some cases millions of dollars a year to their business with my strategy. So the new book is going to be coming out towards the end of this month. I will be creating a wait list for the book that I will be dropping to you guys later on throughout this month. And I am running a little bit of a giveaway contest for people that purchase the book when it is released. I don't have the specific date yet, but I'll be giving away LinkedIn products, programs. I will be giving away Beats by Dre headphones. I will be giving away Amazon gift cards, free coaching sessions for those that support, buy the book, leave ratings and reviews. So I'll be announcing all of that as we get closer to the release date, but I just wanted to put it on all of your radars that my brand new book will be coming out at the end of this month, called the LinkedIn Book for Sales and Marketing. Now, thank you, Mike. Can't wait to release it, but also can't wait. My buddy Mike Beverly is on here. He's writing his first book, and that book is going to be incredible. So I can't wait for you to read Mike's book when it does come out, hopefully later this year, if not early next year. Now, for those that are jumping on again, please do say hi and where you are tuning in from, or hashtag live, hashtag replay if you are watching in on the replay. And what we're going to be talking about today, most importantly, are 3 ways to grow your following on LinkedIn. This is something that obviously people also need a little bit of clarification on, because you have your connections and you have your followers. And a lot of people aren't sure what the difference is between the two. What are things that I can do in order to grow it? What works, what doesn't work? So what I'll say is this. Connections are obviously people that you choose to connect with by sending a connection request and they accept, or vice versa. Someone that sends you a connection request, you accept, they become a connection. Now, automatically, when someone accepts your connection request, or if you accept someone that sends you a connection request, they also become a follower at the same time, which means a couple of things. Number one, they're following you, but number two, they are following your content, which means when you release new content, LinkedIn will notify them of new content that comes out in that person's notification section. So if everybody is clear on that differentiation so far between connections and followers as far as what that is, drop a Y or a yes in the comments below. The other big difference is with connections, you can message them freely. With followers, if you're not connected to them, if they're a second connection, a third plus, you can't message them, but you can interact through content. So your followers can interact with all of your content. They can like, they can love, they can comment, and you can obviously message back. Now, if they are to send you a connection request and they add a note, that actually allows you to start messaging back and forth with those individuals. Now, with that being said, what I have found is what's helped my network and my following grow to, almost 29,000 on LinkedIn. There's been three specific things that I can look back on that I did, but that I still utilize today, that has helped my following organically grow on LinkedIn. So I've never done, nor will I ever join, an engagement pod. And for those that don't know what those are, basically you pay to be in a subgroup on LinkedIn where everyone likes and comments on each other's stuff to give the facade of a ton of engagement, which drives up your posts in the Facebook algorithm, which gives you more visibility, and then thus will grow a larger following. But again, you want to grow a following of people that really do want to follow you because they resonate with everything that you're saying. So if that makes sense, drop a Y or a yes in the comments below. Again, if you've tuned in late, please do say hi and where you're tuning in from, or hashtag live, hashtag replay if you are popping in on the replay. Please like, love, support, tag some people, share this video, and don't forget to ring my notification bell on my LinkedIn profile to stay in touch with me, but also get notified of all the content that I produce every week, Monday through Saturday, on LinkedIn. Now, there are three specific things that I want you all to consider doing to organically grow your following on LinkedIn. Now, the first thing is turning on creator mode. Turning on creator mode. Now, type Y or yes, or N or no, if you have creator mode turned on or turned off. Now, there are opposing views about creator mode. Some people love it, some people hate it. I absolutely love it. I think it's incredible. It gives you access to creator tools like LinkedIn Live, LinkedIn newsletters, LinkedIn audio rooms, but also the more important thing it does, it allows you to control the growth of your network, meaning when you turn creator mode on, it takes the connect button and switches it to the follow button. And this is important. You want to actually turn creator mode on, not only to gain access to the creator tools, but if you want to get less spammy connections and spammy messages, you actually want to turn creator mode on, because a lot of the automated tools that people are using to connect and message you on LinkedIn are tied to profiles that don't have creator mode on. Well, why is that? If creator mode is not turned on, your connect button is still there, which means those automated resources that people are using that are going against the user agreement on LinkedIn are sweeping through and just hitting connect on all of those people. Now, when you turn creator mode on, it turns it to follow, which is not picked up by the software. So you will be getting less spammy connections and spammy messages. The other thing that it allows you to do, is be more mindful of actually who you're connecting with. And a lot of people say, well, if it switches from connect to follow, can people still connect with me? 100%. It's just a two-step process. So if someone really wants to send you a connection request over just following you, all they have to do is go to your profile, click on the More button, and that drop-down menu, the third option, it says Connect. So they can send you an organic connection request. So if everybody is clear on that, drop a Y or a yes in the chat box. And Holly, good to see you jumping on. So again, if you've come on late, hi and where you're tuning in from, or hashtag live, hashtag replay if you are watching in on the replay. So I do know to go back and say hello at a later time. So also, creator mode, once it's turned on, now you can grow your following. So when people start wanting to connect with you, or they visit your profile and you have your profile optimized the right way, which is a big key. And I'm going to put this in here really quickly. I'm going to throw up my website really quickly, because if you go to my website and you go to the home page, you're actually going to see, it's just scottaaron.net. You'll actually see, as soon as you get onto my website, if you scroll down a little bit, you can actually download a resource that I give to people, and it's the 6 steps to optimizing your LinkedIn profile. And the reason why I always suggest that to start with, because when you can actually optimize your profile the right way, it means 2 things are going to happen. Number 1, you're going to appear in more searches. You want to appear in more searches, because when you appear in more searches of the right people that are looking to connect with you, they will click on your profile and they will then click the follow button, which again will organically allow you to build your following. So optimizing your LinkedIn profile is really key. The other thing is, not only are you going to obviously have more search appearances, but you're going to have more people visiting your profile. So it actually works like a double-edged sword in your favor. So really make sure that you optimize your profile. You can go to my website right there. But again, that is the first benefit of turning creator mode on. So if everybody is clear on that, just drop a Y or a yes in the chat box. Now, the second thing that you can do to build an organic following on LinkedIn is create consistent and engaging content each week on LinkedIn. I've talked about this countless times. And I'm not going to stop, because content is everything on LinkedIn. So a lot of people ask me, well, what kind of content? So you're not selling and pitching in your content on LinkedIn. Remember, at a baseline foundation, LinkedIn is an education and information forum. So it's where business professionals go to get self-educated and learn from industry experts and professionals like all of you. So when you start producing consistent content on a weekly basis, and for those of you that have never heard my strategy, I always suggest from the very beginning, from the get-go, starting with a very simple Monday, Wednesday, Friday content creation methodology. Doing an information and education-based video on Mondays, much like I'm doing right now. It could be pre-recorded, does not have to be live. Wednesday, you do an information and education-based poll for market research, asking your audience a question of something that you want to know that they're struggling with, that you can solve with something that you can offer. And Friday, a long-form post. And this could be the response to the question that you asked on Wednesday. Example, if you did a poll on Wednesday that said, what are the 3 things that you're struggling most with your business? Creating content, generating leads, closing sales. And you let that run for a couple days, and by the time Friday rolls around, you notice that the majority of the people voted that they're struggling with closing sales. So what you can do is on Friday, you can do a long form post giving people 3 tips of how to close more sales on LinkedIn or social media. So now you're using that education and information based poll to enable you to create a response to people's pain points in a long form post on Fridays. So you don't have to think about the content at a mid-air. People are actually giving it to you right then and there. Thin air, not mid-air, thin air. Now, the other thing is this. When you are consistent creating content on LinkedIn, LinkedIn will show your content to more people. Not just your first connections, but your second connections and your third connections. Now, here's the other thing. Whenever you're creating content on LinkedIn, you always want to have some sort of call to action. You want people to comment and respond, whether it's in the comments, in a post, in a poll, in a post. And here's why. You are only really connected to your first connections, which are your first network. Now, say a handful of your first connections comment on your stuff. The beautiful thing about that is what LinkedIn then does, it actually lets the people that are connected to that person who commented in the notification section of those individuals, hey, your connection, Mike Beverly, just commented on this post. Go check it out. So basically, by Mike commenting on my post, his network is going to be notified of his action that he took on my post, which are my second connections, one connection once removed, which then will give me visibility to Mike's network, which means if someone resonates with it through Mike's network, guess what? They're going to engage, and that's going to allow them to potentially follow me. So if that makes sense, drop a Y or a yes in the comments below. Now, again, if you come on late, hi and where you're coming in from, or hashtag live, hashtag replay. If you are watching this on the replay, tag some people, share this video. Don't forget to like, love, support, whatever emoji you want to use to let me know that you've resonated with this content. And don't forget to go over to my LinkedIn profile and hit my notification bell so you are notified of all of my future content. So again, the first thing you want to do, turn creator mode on. Second thing you want to do is create consistent and engaging content each week on LinkedIn. Now, the third and final thing that you want to do, start a newsletter and release a new edition each week. Start a newsletter and release a new edition each week. Now, how does one start a newsletter? Well, there's a couple steps. Number one, I said this back in the first tip, you got to turn creator mode on. LinkedIn newsletters are a creator feature. So creator tools, there's 3 of them. LinkedIn Live, which you're watching right now, LinkedIn newsletters, and LinkedIn audio rooms, which I actually just got approved for, which I'm going to start using, but just haven't found exactly where I'm going to slip it into what I do each week on LinkedIn. So you got to turn creator mode on. And when you go to creator tools, it will actually show you when you are available to do a newsletter. Now, to create and start a newsletter, it's very simple. All you have to do is go on the home page of LinkedIn on your desktop. So you go to the little house, and you'll see at the top, it'll say write an article. You click on write an article, and then it's going to ask you who wants to write this article. And it's going to be you. So it'll have your name there with your profile picture and a little circle with a blue dot. And you click OK. Now, it takes you into LinkedIn Publisher, and you'll see a little bar across the top that says create a newsletter. And that is it. You hit create a newsletter. You create a title, a short description. You upload your a photo to represent that newsletter. So it could be a company image. It could be a profile picture. And all you do is you hit start newsletter. Now, here's the beautiful thing about when you start a newsletter. LinkedIn does two things. Number one, when you have a newsletter, LinkedIn actually sends out an invitation to every connection that you have to subscribe to it. They do that for free for you. You don't have to ask to do it. They just do it because they want people to subscribe to your newsletter that find value in it. So mine, I launched my newsletter probably about 7 or 8 months ago, and I have around 6,300 subscribers. So that's really awesome. I'm very, very proud of that. Now, the other thing that LinkedIn does for everyone that subscribes, so if everybody is with me so far, drop a Y or a yes in the chat box. Now, the great thing about newsletters is that they're easy to create and they're easy to actually provide content through. Because there's two things that LinkedIn does. After you create the newsletter, thank you, Mike, I appreciate you tagging. After you create the newsletter, LinkedIn, after they invite everyone that subscribes, they do two things. Number one, every time you release a new LinkedIn newsletter edition, it sends a notification through the notification area on LinkedIn that so-and-so has just released a new newsletter. Check it out. So LinkedIn actually promotes your newsletter for you through the notification section. The second thing that LinkedIn does, LinkedIn personally emails every single subscriber about your new newsletter edition. And they'll basically say, hey, so-and-so, check out Scott's new newsletter edition. Click here to join the conversation. And it actually gives them the whole newsletter. They click on it, takes them right to LinkedIn, and now you're creating organic engagement. The other thing, those that have newsletters in the My Network area on LinkedIn, your newsletter will be showcased to your second connections. So those that are connected to your first connections, they will highlight new and upcoming newsletters that will give you organic visibility, which means if you get new subscribers to your newsletter, guess what? It's going to bring people more often to your LinkedIn profile to then follow you and the rest of your content. So if that makes sense, drop a Y or a yes in the comments below. The other thing that you need to know, with a LinkedIn newsletter, there is no specific length that it needs to be. It could be a paragraph. It could be 6 paragraphs. It could be 6 sentences. It could be 6 pages. Everyone brings their own voice and methodology to how they want to produce their newsletter, and it's completely up to you, and you are the one that's creating it. So there is no specific length of how short it should be or how long it should be. It's completely up to you to do it the way that you want to do it. But in review, these are the 3 things that over time, if you are consistent with them, they will absolutely build your following on LinkedIn. So the first thing you do, turn creator mode on. The second thing you do, create consistent and engaging content each week on LinkedIn, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, as I suggested. And also do not forget to start a newsletter and release 1 new edition a week. That's it, just 1 newsletter edition a week. Those 3 things will absolutely increase your following on LinkedIn. So before I sign off, drop into the comments below, what was your biggest takeaway from today's training? So everyone, I hope you enjoyed it. Love and gratitude, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye, everyone.